afternoon, SMSno1, and I believe after one of my rambles for last week, bearing in mind I haven't done a toy review in 2 weeks, I said I was going to review one of my toys that I bought recently that I probably appreciate more than anything else I've got for ages, and I got it for the princely sum of £6. Yes, £6 for a figure that I never ever thought I'd get. I know getting the ice cream twins in the UK at one point was just absolutely, just ridiculously difficult. I was absolutely over the moon when I got him. I was really pleased. It's also the first figure I've ever considered having that I thought was worth buying a repro labels pack for, because the repro labels pack for this is really, really accurate to what you see in the movie. So just to have a quick look around, made fresh for you, creamy ice cream, see feet through the window. It's really, really hard, and you've got to do the front end right, otherwise the bonnet pops up, because as you'll see in a minute there's a head on a spring under here and there's a hook. Let's see if we can see. Can you see the way the hook works on there? So that piece there, I can see it now. That front piece is the hook, and that bit's the plate that it holds down. And if you don't get the front grill in exactly the right place, then this just pops up all the time, and it's a pain in the bum. Also, when you're putting him from robot to ice cream truck, these bits here are really, really difficult to line up. You've got to just fiddle and push and fiddle an awful lot, which is a real pain in the arse. But I'll be honest with you, I think alt mode wise, I think this has got to be one of my favourites from the line. This is a real gem. Unfortunately, there is a bit of a downside to this thing, and well, let's show you, because once you start going with this one, so let's get into the transformation. First you've got to split the front half and the back half. So you just split the two bottom pieces. You're on triple brackets there that click together on the inside, so just one goes inside the other, and when that's in, I mean, that's pretty secure, but when you pull them apart, doesn't want to come. And that's the other thing is, can you see as I'm pulling, you've got these pins here, they fit snugly, which they have to do, because when you do finally get the front and back in place properly, and you have to push these two together quite hard to stop that gap that I spoke about, it just feels like you're going to break them. Especially the first time you do it, it just doesn't want to go. So let's do the front half. So the first thing you do is grab the legs. Okay, that's on a hinge under here. So you grab the legs, you pull the hinge round and pop that in, and that becomes his legs. So now you've got Walk ice cream truck, which I'm sure you could do if I wanted to sit there and bugger around with it for long enough, but no, I don't think so. And then you take the arm pieces, and you've got to unclip these, and can you see that you have to literally just sort of pull one bit apart from the other, which doesn't feel very comfortable when you're doing it. There's an awful lot of just pulling of plastic and hoping it comes apart without popping stuff off on this one. Take the front bumper, lower the bumper down a little bit, and you can see the hook there that you have to clip the grill on properly to make everything stick together. So, and then you take the wings, front wings, and you pull them, and as you can see underneath there, they're on hinges, so you've got to raise that hinge so it comes out perpendicular to the body, okay, and then twist the bottom section round so his feet are in the right angle, and then push the back bumper down. And already we're talking unsatisfactory, because Kebel, muchos Kebel, not happy at all. Okay, however, you can now see the spring-loaded head. So you take the side, fold that in, okay, fold that in, then you put the arms, which let's see from the other side, you can see the arm, how the mechanism works there, so you just flip the arm around the front, and then when that's still sideways, again, you take this side, flip the arm round the front, okay, then twist this back in place, and now you've got all his waist and everything made up. And now you take the hood, flip that down, fold that back, flip the bonnet right down. So he's a bit back heavy. Flip that out, you've got puddies attached. Again, I'm not keen, but you've got that hand attached, which is big hand, and you've got that hand as moulded into the plastic, which is little hand. And I'll be honest with you, if you bought this separately as two halves and there's just a Scout or something like that, or a Legends, you'd be pretty hacked off, because it's frankly a bit crap. But that's it, that's converted. So he's got tiny wee little feeties. He's got a wee, he's definitely a boy. And yeah, the back bumper just sort of hangs there and it just doesn't look, I'm not pleased. But the shoulders look nice and bulky. These bits, the way they sit compared, so it's the hand, it's just pretty bloody awful. But, you know, as I said, it's a very small figure and is essentially what would be a Legends class. But even then, the Legends ones are built better than that. But you can see the spring that's in there. So when you spring them down, the white bits go down. When it comes up, these white bits stick up. But you can see where it's coming from with the actual, you know, the proper Chevy versions of it. But it's not really that good. This chest piece comes in and out, look, but that's only to get the front lock down properly in the transformation. So that's him. But he's a bit back heavy, look. So, average. Just average. 7 out of 10. 6 out of 10. But the feet are twisty, but they're really stiff. And then if he just stands there for a minute... you have got articulation at the knee. You have got articulation at the knee like that on both of them. Articulation at the elbow, articulation at the shoulder. Shoulder joint does move around a little bit. Hand flips in and out. That hand's moulded. Generally, not particularly enamoured. But I think with him, you've got to kind of take him as he is. So let's move on to this section. I'm going to hurry up because we're running out of time. So what we do is take that out there, separate pieces. Then you flip that back, you flip that back. Try and release an awful lot of this as much as you can. Okay. Then you take the feet, and again, pegged in pretty damn securely at the back here to hold everything together. And then you've got the leg sections, so you've just got to pull on that, which then straightens up the centerpiece where the crutch is. Look, so that it doesn't really clip, it just sort of tabs in the slot. It's fairly secure. Get the legs going, point the toes down so he can stand up. And now you've got to work this in kind of the right order. So these bits here with the Autobot signal, which is actually upside down when he's in ice cream truck mode, but you've got to lift those wings out like that. These are horrible, by the way. So you've got to lift that out, move that round, turn it upside down. You've got slot, peg, peg that in. Do the same with the other side. So that's going to poke that out there. That comes round. Turn it upside down, slot that in, slot that in. So they go to make up part of his sort of chest mechanism. Bring his head up a bit. And then again you've got arms. Handy is moulded into the plastic, which is poo again, but this one's a bright pink giant hand again on a hinge. Articulation at the elbow. Knee articulation they do have, but it's only very limited because of all the kibble on the back. And then these, you've got to lift them out, twist it round, so it sits over the back like a shell, and then it gives him this kind of cape effect. But so again, over like that, twisty roundy. Try and get them looking fairly symmetrical. And then we have the other half of Skids and MUDFLAP, the twins. Head is on a ball joint. Don't like these ice creamy things that stick out. I don't know, I'm quite a fan of just sort of getting them out of the way and flopping them out back. But bring him up close. Good face mould. Just, I don't know, this one's A, the better of the two, but B, he looks a bit clumsy, and the feet, this whole leg foot thing is hollow and insubstantial. But there you go. Skids and MUDFLAP, very quick review of both of them, bearing in mind I do like to waffle on, but the Ice Cream Twins, brought to you on a bank holiday Monday. I might do another review after this one, see what other toys I've got. Bye bye!